Sophia and Jack were siblings, two peas in a pod. Sophia, the elder by 2 years, had bright, curious eyes and a head full of stories. Jack, with his infectious laughter and boundless energy, was always ready for an adventure. Despite their differences, they shared a unique bond. They laughed together, they bickered occasionally, but most importantly, they were always there for each other. Sophia loved to read, escaping into fantastical worlds filled with magic and mystery. She would often share snippets of her latest read with Jack, her voice animated as she described mythical creatures and daring quests. Jack, on the other hand, was a whirlwind of energy, always building, creating, and exploring. He loved to tell Sophia about his latest inventions, from cardboard spaceships to elaborate pillow forts, his hands gesturing wildly as he spoke. Though they enjoyed different activities, they always found common ground. They spent countless hours playing board games, their competitive spirit shining through. They loved watching movies together, their laughter echoing through the house as they quoted their favorite lines. Despite their occasional squabbles over toys and TV time, their bond remained strong, built on a foundation of shared experiences and unconditional love. One ordinary afternoon, the scent of freshly baked cookies filled the air, drawing Sophia and Jack into the kitchen. There, amidst the warm glow of the setting sun, their parents sat at the table, their faces lit up with excitement. "We have a surprise," their mum announced, her eyes twinkling. "We're going on a road trip to the beach." Sophia and Jack exchanged excited glances. The beach held a special allure for them, promising sun-kissed days filled with sandcastles, seashells, and the soothing rhythm of the waves. The thought of spending a whole week by the ocean, building sandcastles, swimming in the waves, and collecting seashells filled them with anticipation. Over the next few days, the house buzzed with activity as they packed their bags, their excitement reaching fever pitch. Sophia carefully selected her favorite books, imagining herself curled up on a beach towel, lost in a world of words. Jack gathered his bucket and spade, eager to build the biggest sandcastle the world had ever seen. Finally, the day of departure arrived. The car was loaded with snacks, games, and the infectious excitement of a family embarking on an adventure. As they pulled out of the driveway, the promise of sun, sand, and adventure hung in the air. A shared dream that drew Sophia and Jack closer together. The drive to the beach was an adventure in itself. Hours melted away as they sang along to their favorite songs, their voices a chorus of off-key enthusiasm. They played countless rounds of I Spy, their laughter echoing through the car as they tried to outwit each other. Sophia, ever the storyteller, entertained Jack with tales of brave knights and magical creatures, her words painting vivid pictures in his mind. Jack, in turn, kept Sophia engaged with his infectious energy, teaching her silly songs and making up ridiculous jokes. Of course, no road trip is complete without snacks. They munched on chips and cookies, their fingers sticky with the sweet residue of adventure. They drank juice boxes, their faces contorted in concentration as they tried to avoid the dreaded glug that signaled the end of their sugary treat. As the miles flew by, Sophia and Jack found themselves drawing closer. The confines of the car, far from being a constraint, became a shared space where they could be themselves, free from the distractions of everyday life. They shared secrets, whispered dreams, and reveled in the joy of simply being siblings. The open road stretched before them, a symbol of the boundless possibilities that lay ahead. Arriving at the beach was like stepping into a postcard. The air was thick with the scent of salt and sunscreen. The sand, warm and inviting, beckoned them to kick off their shoes and feel its soft embrace. The vast expanse of the ocean, a canvas of ever-changing blues and greens, stretched out before them, its rhythmic roar a symphony to their ears. Sophia and Jack wasted no time in exploring their new playground. They built elaborate sandcastles, their imaginations running wild as they crafted moats, towers, and drawbridges. They collected seashells, their pockets heavy with the treasures of the sea. They chased the receding waves, their laughter echoing across the beach as the cool water swirled around their ankles. As the sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in hues of orange, pink, and purple, they gathered around a bonfire with their parents. They roasted marshmallows, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames. They shared stories of their day, their voices filled with the joy and contentment that only comes from a day well spent. As the stars began to twinkle above them, they knew that this was more than just a vacation. It was a chance to create memories that would last a lifetime, memories that would forever bind them together as siblings. One evening, as the stars twinkled above them like celestial fireflies, Sophia and Jack found themselves sitting on the balcony of their beachfront cottage, a comfortable silence settling between them. The gentle sea breeze carried the scent of salt and the distant sound of crashing waves, creating a soothing atmosphere that invited confidences. Sophia, usually lost in the pages of her book, found herself drawn into the quiet intimacy of the moment. She turned to Jack, her eyes reflecting the soft glow of the moonlight. "What do you want to be when you grow up, Jack?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. Jack, who was usually full of boisterous energy, surprised Sophia with his thoughtful response. He gazed up at the star-studded sky, a million dreams swirling in his eyes. "I want to be an astronaut," he finally confessed, his voice filled with awe. "I want to explore the universe and discover new worlds." Sophia listened intently, her heart swelling with pride for her brother's ambition. She shared her own dreams of becoming a writer, her fingers tracing the spines of the books she carried everywhere. They talked late into the night, their voices hushed whispers against the backdrop of the rhythmic waves. They shared their hopes, their fears, their vulnerabilities, their bond deepening with every shared secret. The following day, a rare overcast sky cast a melancholic shadow over the beach. Sophia, usually a ray of sunshine, found herself unusually quiet. The carefree joy of the past few days had given way to a familiar ache in her chest. She had been hoping to make new friends on this trip, but so far her attempts had been met with awkward silences and shy smiles. Sensing her sister's low spirits, Jack abandoned his sandcastle building endeavors and plopped down beside her, his brow furrowed with concern. "What's wrong, Sophia?" he asked, his voice laced with genuine concern. Sophia hesitated for a moment, unsure of how to articulate the tangled emotions swirling within her. Finally, she confided in Jack, her voice barely a whisper as she shared her anxieties about fitting in and making friends. Jack listened patiently, his brow furrowed in concentration as he absorbed his sister's words. When Sophia was finished, he didn't offer empty platitudes or try to minimize her feelings. Instead, he simply put his arm around her, his gesture speaking volumes of the unspoken bond they shared. He reminded her of her many wonderful qualities, of her kindness, her intelligence, and her infectious laugh. He assured her that true friends would appreciate her for who she was, quirks and all. His words, simple yet heartfelt, were exactly what Sophia needed to hear. It was a reminder that no matter what life threw their way, they would always have each other, a constant source of love and support. As the week progressed, Sophia and Jack embraced the rhythm of beach life. They woke up to the sound of crashing waves and the smell of salty air. They spent their days building sand castles that rivaled medieval fortresses, their laughter echoing across the beach as they raced each other to the water's edge. They collected seashells, each one a unique treasure that whispered tales of the ocean's depths. They learned to surf, their bodies swaying in sync with the rhythm of the waves. They built bonfires on the beach, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames as they roasted marshmallows and shared stories. They wrote their names in the sand, knowing that the tide would soon wash them away, but the memory of their time together would remain etched in their hearts. One evening, as they walked hand in hand along the shore, the setting sun casting long shadows behind them, Sophia turned to Jack, her eyes sparkling with gratitude. "This has been the best week ever," she exclaimed, her voice filled with unadulterated joy. Jack nodded in agreement, his face beaming with happiness. "Me too," he echoed, his hand tightening around Sophia's. "I wish we could stay here forever." As with all good things, their time at the beach eventually came to an end. As they packed their bags, the scent of sunscreen and salty air clinging to their clothes, a bittersweet feeling settled over them. They were sad to be leaving their beach paradise, but their hearts were overflowing with gratitude for the memories they had made. The drive home was a stark contrast to the excitement of their outbound journey. The once boisterous sing-alongs were replaced with quiet conversations, their voices filled with a newfound understanding and appreciation for each other. As they drove away from the coast, the sun setting behind them in a blaze of glory, Sophia and Jack knew that this was more than just a vacation. It was a journey that had brought them closer together, strengthening their bond and deepening their understanding of each other. They had faced their fears, shared their dreams, and discovered a wellspring of strength and resilience within themselves and their relationship. They returned home, not just with suitcases full of souvenirs, but with hearts overflowing with gratitude for the gift of family, the importance of communication, and the unbreakable bond they shared as siblings. Life, as it always does, went on. Sophia and Jack returned to their routines, their days filled with school, homework, and extracurricular activities. But something had shifted within them. The beach trip had not just been a vacation, it had been a transformative experience that had left an indelible mark on their relationship. They no longer took their bond for granted. They made an effort to spend quality time together, whether it was reading books aloud, building elaborate Lego creations, or simply sharing their hopes and dreams. They learned to value each other's differences, recognizing that their unique perspectives enriched their lives. Sophia, inspired by her brother's unwavering belief in her, pursued her passion for writing, her words flowing onto the page with newfound confidence. Jack, encouraged by his sister's unwavering support, tackled his studies with renewed vigor, his eyes fixed on the stars and the dream of one day exploring the cosmos. Their journey to the beach had been a testament to the enduring power of family, the importance of communication, and the unbreakable bond that exists between siblings. It was a reminder that even though life would inevitably throw them curveballs, they would always have each other, a constant source of love, support, and unwavering friendship. Their story, like the ever-changing tides, was a testament to the enduring power of love, the importance of family, and the promise of a lifelong bond.